Hi, so I just finished a session on the Lighthouse Networks handle where I talked about you can be more than one thing. I expressed, my views on why I think that this is important, and I'll just do a quick summary for us on my page. One, I think that we each are more than one part. I mean it literally and otherwise. I think that there's a lot of parts that we are that need to be expressed. And I started off telling the story of a lady who got startled, into finding various pieces of her after she had worked for many years, I think up to 20 years or even above, at an oil and gas firm, one of the top fours. And she had finished working and had gone to look for someone in another corporate. And she saw, obviously they give you a form to fill. And then in the form is the piece of from. So typically she would write Nkiru from this big for oil and gas firm. And when she got there that day and they said, "Where are you from?" she suddenly didn't know what to write. And she said afterwards it occurred to her that she had spent, all of her life, doing this job. Again, I thought, and I did, discuss during the live chat, that there are three ways in which we can express ourselves. We can express ourselves via our jobs, via our career, and via our calling. And I know that someone who's listening is going to say, what's the difference between all three? So, I think that our job is what we do, to pay the bills, what we do to meet Maslow's hierarchy of needs: food, shelter, clothes. I think that a career obviously can lead also to your calling. A career is long-term, it's progressive, but again, I don't know that a career is all that you are. And I say that a career can lead to your calling because, as an example, a lot of doctors who aren't in it for the remuneration alone, you would find when you connect to them that innately they are born to serve humankind, or they're driven by the desire to serve humankind. Obviously, the people who have been lucky enough to find and express themselves in their calling, which oftentimes is, I think when we think about calling, the first expression we think about are spiritual leaders. Obviously, these are the people who are also fortunate, in my view, to have arrived straight at their calling. Now, I think that because each one of us, in my view, is born with many talents, we can express ourselves in these three different ways. And someone will say to me, or can say to me, how do I know what, my career path is, or what my calling is? Fortunately, there are many ways we can these days. There are lots of free tests, that offer you personality tests, skill tests online that can help you, identify what path you should be towing, or in what area, you can express yourself optimally. Again, there's also the basic piece of asking about 5 people around you that you can trust their views to say, what do you think that, I'm good at? You tell me. And then obviously you're going and do a full self-awareness, for yourself. Why do I think that we can be more than one thing? I think because a lot of us have a lot of talents. I personally believe that people were born we were each born with more than one talent. And again, one of the stories that have inspired me tremendously in the past 2 weeks is a young girl who at 18 literally stumbled her way into what in my view is her calling, developing apps and just trying to solve a problem